Hey out there, this is Buzz with the Survival Buzz. So January 6th, National Insurrection Day as it's known now, I guess. It amazes me how far we've come as a nation, but in the wrong direction. I'm not going to lie, I've never been a fan of politics, but I've always swayed on the side of conservative to a degree. But as far as politics, I have no faith. I do know when somebody approaches me and they're a Trump supporter, all I know is I'm a little more apt to probably have more things in common with them and get along with them better. But as far as my opinion on the whole red and blue Democrat Republican, I have no opinion. And this is me. I'm telling you how I feel. Now, how you feel is a completely different way, I'm sure. Some of you probably hold Trump up super high. Probably not a lot of people on this channel hold Biden up real high, or they probably wouldn't be here right now. But there is the occasional pass through. But I don't get politics. When September 11th happened, I remember it very vaguely. But I do remember coming home from lunch from work. I worked in a grocery store then too. And I came home from lunch and I remember just seeing the video footage on the TV as I walked in of the planes crashing into the building. All I remember at the time is just thinking, this isn't real. This can't be real. This isn't something that would happen in the United States. This isn't what we deal with. This is another country. But it happened. And when it happened, it almost seemed like a blessing in disguise at times, just because the whole nation stood together. Everybody stood together. Democrat, Republican, red, blue, it didn't matter. I remember seeing ceremonies and things with Democrats and Republicans both speaking and both getting along, both sides getting along, and everybody uniting and holding hands and standing together as one nation to fight terrorism, right? And then you fast forward about 20 years later, and everybody is willing to kill each other. Nobody's going to hold each other's hand. Red and blue don't mix. And you have to choose a side, right? Even me, even somebody that refuses to choose a side, I'm forced to choose a side at times. Constantly, all I ever hear is, both sides of the argument, whether I'm a Republican or a Democrat. I'm a human being. And that's what all of you should be. You should be Americans and human beings, and that be it. But I feel like politics has gotten the best of us. As a nation, as a world, as a whole, as human beings, politics has taken over the world. Insurrection, riot, whatever you want to call it, however you feel about it, that's in the past. And right when the time when we should be uniting as a nation, as human beings, and standing together, not even a nation, as a world, standing together as human beings to fight tyranny, which is in our own governments, and the own powers that be that run everything, we all still stand divided. And I just don't get it. I do not get it anymore. That's why I refuse to talk about politics. And whether you want to call it an insurrection or a riot or whatever, it's in the past. And I'm pretty sure those people there weren't there to cause trouble. I'm pretty sure those people were there because they are fed up with the system like I am. Until people stop choosing sides and stop choosing a damn color and start standing together united as human beings, we are never going to move forward in this world. And the powers that be and the tyranny is just going to continue and going to get crazier and crazier. We're forced to choose a side. And if that's not enough for you to realize that all of this is a facade, I don't know what to tell you to make you believe it. So this will forever be known as January 6th, Insurrection Day or Riot Day, depending on who you talk to. Now, I'm not a big fan of Uncle Joe. I'm not a huge fan of Trump. I'm not a huge fan of Biden. I'm not a huge fan of anybody for that matter. I wasn't a big Bush fan, honestly. Because somewhere very young I realized that it's all a show. It's all a facade. It's all a way to divide us all so we cannot work together. The writing is black and white, and if you can't see it, then I don't know how to help you. Now, I'll admit, Trump had a lot of good points, a lot of good things that I stand for as a human being and as an American. But he's not my savior. And I know a lot of you are going to say, well, he even said he's not the savior. There's only one savior. I get that. But politics in general are not here to help us at this point. They only divide us. So it amazes me that I can look back 20 years ago and see how everybody was united and everybody was holding candles and everybody was standing together as human beings and as Americans to uplift us and to raise us up and to fight tyranny and terrorism. And now here we are, fighting each other as the tyrannical government just laughs over our heads. So no matter which side of the coin you sway on, maybe you should stand up for your fellow human being. Maybe if we started standing up for each other and started knocking all these big shot politicians off their pedestals, then we might start seeing some changes in this country and in this world. Now, other countries are too far gone at this point. They've already, sailed down the fucking socialist slide, so to speak. But I'll be damned if that happens in my country. So instead of blue or red, why don't we all stand united together and change this shitty world we live in? Things aren't getting better. I don't know if you see that or not. I sure as hell see it. Things are getting horrible. And it's all because we can't agree. Can't we all just agree to disagree? I don't know what to tell you people out there. If you're looking for somebody to come along and save you, you are on the wrong channel and maybe you should unsubscribe. And I might lose a few subscribers, but I really don't care at this point. I started this channel to help people and to uplift people and to make them realize that the government is not here to help you. The best way you can help yourself is to help yourself and help other people around you. Once we start building a community and start helping each other and stop worrying about all this political BS, then we can start moving forward as a nation. Then we can start making actual changes. Then we can go to all this ridiculous shit out of our government as well as our educational system, teaching our kids every day. So choose a side. I will not choose a side. And neither should you. Why don't we all unite together so we can fight against this tyranny and stop all this madness that's going on and recreate the United States that we know as a better place than we've ever seen. But that's up to you and me. So will you join me and stand together and fight tyranny and quit worrying about political sides? Because it'll never stop from either side. So as always, like this video and subscribe if you like what you hear. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Later.